What is going on, everyone? It is a beautiful Wednesday out there. Coming to you live from the basement, from the studio, from the temporary studio. We'll be having a new studio coming up here pretty soon. It is just me. I'm riding solo today, which is okay, because I am your captain. I'm your commander. I am your chief host of this alright broadcast. Owner of the Aardvark Kings, the currently 0-3 Aardvark Kings, back-to-back, the champion, maybe not champion next year, but Grand Crown. We'll try and make this quick. We'll try and get through this one pretty quick here, but, you know what? I almost always forget. I'll start with, as always, the shot. Even though it's just me, it's tradition. You don't fuck with tradition. But yeah, so I don't think I have any news off the top here. Yeah, not that I can think of. Pretty good week from everybody. If I can think correctly, for the most part, had a pretty good showing. There's that clicking noise. Can everyone hear everything all right? If there's anyone in the chat, sound off. I kind of hear some of that. Got my phone again. Let's see here. Let's check. Yeah, that's better. I gotta turn my phone to airplane mode. You'd think after 5 years of doing this, 4 years, would have figured some of that stuff out by now, but all right, well, we'll get through it. We'll start it. Let me transition that to there. We'll start right here at the top. Cowboys D for 54. Cowboys D for 54 versus Better Luck Next Time. Close match. I believe this is Cowboys D for 54's first loss. And right now, the lowest team of the week. I think everybody else scored over 100. You know what? We could flip through that right now. Yeah. Cowboys D for 54. You are the lowest of the week. Which means you owe 15 to the pot. Normally, I have a co-host here to give you the rundown. But Cash App, PayPal, Cash, we accept it all. All forms of currency. You are now a contributing member to society. You are a contributing member to the pot. Whoever wins that most sacks thing. And I didn't get a chance this week to add it up, so I'm not 100% sure. We can try and do the rough math. I mean, someone would have to be beating 12 sacks after 2 sacks from Cowboys. 0 points from the Cowboys defense, too. We want to talk about that real quick. First week put up 50-some. Last week did pretty good to 0 points. Are the Cowboys D going to be the killers that they were? Because that put Cowboys D for 54 out to a hot start in terms of the side pot. Now he's up to 12, which should still be the leader, but we'll figure that out next week. But it just didn't. Not great performance from Cowboys D. I mean, 4 and 8 for running backs, 10 and 11 from wide receivers. But Better Luck Next Time getting their first win with Daniel Jones only getting 4 points. He hits projection. Better Luck Next Time is a different team in this. I mean, Devontae Adams getting 42. Was that a 32-yard and a 1-yard touchdown, 172 yards. Good day. That's a good day. So yeah, Better Luck Next Time getting their first win. I'll go to the next one. The Danis system versus worst to first. This was a close game here. This one went back and forth. Deshaun Watson versus Tua. 41, good quarterback battle. Had Danis system had a core of running backs that you hope could get you a little bit more than that, this is a different game. He's winning this matchup. 32 from Jefferson, 20 points from Kelsey. It's a pretty good week by both teams, but who else performed? Like I said, 41 from Tua. I mean, they scored one. He threw 4 touchdowns, and they put up what were they 70 points? It was 70-20. It's a good day. 309 passing yards. Amon-Ra putting up 19.6 with no touchdown. 102 yards. You like to see that from him. Nico Collins for a second. Nico Collins had I'll pull this up so I can look at some of this because now that I have because Nico Collins 2 weeks in a row, stunner. Their matchup would be right there. All right, here we go. Nico Collins. All right, game log. 14 points week 1, 27.6 week 2. And that against Baltimore and Indy. All right. To 5.4 points in week 3. But it didn't matter. Didn't matter. I mean, still won. Good for him. Jerry Jeudy. What did Jerry Jeudy do week 1 and 2? 0 and 5.5. So you like to, if you're worst to first, if you're Connor, you like to see that 13 from Jeudy because that's huge. Although now I'm looking at this, it says he's questionable with a knee. I would be questionable with the knee too if I played for Denver and got shit on like that. Next matchup I have. My matchup, the Aardvark Kings versus Ridley Me This. Just a blowout, an absolute blowout. I mean, there's no way to spin that one. You know, I thought at one point we were both projected, I think like halfway through, like about halfway through the noon games, we were both projected 200 points, which, wild. I mean, Kirk Cousins and Tyreek Hill, both 36 and 35 is huge. Justin Herbert, 35 points. Yeah, Laporta. Who saw Laporta? 27.5. What did he do week 1 and 2? He did 8 and 11. So okay, Detroit's rookie, I believe. 27.5. When Jacob fucking needed it, he got it. And Olave getting 18. AJ Brown getting 22. A good week all around from Ridley Me This. Just a solid effort. I felt Derek, I think going into halftime, Derrick Henry had 2 touches and was -7 rushing yards. Doesn't help me at all. Gus Edwards, whatever. 5.1 was doing pretty good and then goes into concussion protocol. I mean, 51 rushing. I mean, a touchdown in that performance changes that one around. A touchdown here and there. But Jacob put in Ridley Me This put up 162 points. Pretty good. Normally you'd think, well, shit, could be one of the higher points. Nah. We had, I think Natalie put up 190 something. Almost the first person to break 200. Well, we'll go to the next one. Maybe it's that one. Nope. John is on a fucking roll. Here he is, 2-1. That's a hot start from post Mahomes, putting up 168 points versus Bijan Mustard's 147.5. John, you finally got it figured out? Normally here in the chat, must not be here today. I'd be curious on what you have to say. How much shit? You know what? I don't want anyone here because I know he's just talking shit. Just high on life. He's gonna come down. Swift finally doing good. I mean, and I don't mean that like this year he hasn't. I mean years previous. Last year he was supposed to be something and he wasn't. Oh, there he is. Maybe you'll come down. You'll come down, baby. Don't you worry. But as I was saying, Swift, when he was with Detroit, he was talked, but just didn't quite deliver. Now he's starting to put up numbers. Now 14 is good from. That's a good running back core right there. 14s from Dameon Pierce and Swift. That fucking helps. Amari Cooper going off for 29. Higgins being the only low spot in that team with 4.1. And Bijan Mustard, I mean, I know he was the lowest scoring team week 1. But these last 2 weeks, this is not, I mean, this is a tough loss. Putting up 147 points and losing this matchup. See if I can pull up here. I mean, everybody pretty much is double digits except for Dallas Goedert for Bijan. I mean, Browns defense, both defenses hit 25 points. 7 sacks for the Lions, 5 sacks for the Browns. Ooh, John, I don't think that's going to put you in first in the side pot, but that definitely boosts you up because last week, where were you at? Like 3 or something like that? 4 sacks maybe, so that puts you up to the top. It's got to put you up close to the top. And 5 sacks for the Browns. Yeah, good day for both of them. But this is a tough one. This is a tough one to lose. Yeah, if you're Bijan Mustard. All right, next one. CMCU later versus John Popper's Harmonica. A high-scoring week across the board. That's 3 teams that are above 160. There's going to be, I think, 4 teams above 160. Only 1 team in double digits. That's a solid effort from everybody this week. Everybody, pretty good lineups, competitive. But running back, CMC, I mean, you got both of them putting up 22. Keenan Allen put up 52 points. 200 receiving yards, a passing touchdown, a 49-yard passing touchdown, 215, 18 receptions. Good day. Good for him. That's 52 points. That's a good key to victory right there. Hunter Henry not getting another touchdown. He had a touchdown week 1 and 2 for the Patriots to nothing, to 3.7 points. But it overcame adversity. A -4. He would have had 174 points, but he had -4 on his defense. Didn't matter. John Popper's Harmonica just couldn't get the job done. Trevor Lawrence is an interesting one. I mean, he was talked up, but I'll look up his stats real quick. I feel like he hasn't been performing to the level everybody thought he was. Trevor Lawrence, game log. 21 points week 1, 9 points week 2 to 16 week 3. We'll see. The verdict is out. He plays Atlanta next week. Well, we'll see how he does. But yeah, normally you look at 170, go, oh, that's probably the highest scoring team of the week. That's a lot of points there, but this next matchup, Natalina Winemixer putting up 181 to Big Smith Energy's 123. Tough to beat that. Tough. I mean, everybody's popping. Raheem Mostert, 45 points, 2 rushing, 1 passing. or receiving. 46 from the defense from the Bills. 9 sacks. That's got to put her probably in the lead. I think she was at 3. So, or at least tied with CR at 12. 19 from Sutton. Good week all around. Only Ramondre Stevenson putting up 7. Doesn't matter. Doesn't hurt. But Big Smith Energy only putting up 123. That's the team that beat me the week before, so fuck him. He deserved to lose this one. Shaheed, I don't know what's his first name. Rashid Shaheed putting up a donut. Can't have that. I mean, wouldn't have helped. I mean, he needed everybody else to perform. Eagles defense getting more than starting, which is always good. But just too many single digits. Jalen Hurts only 21. Kenneth Walker getting him 30, though. That's huge. You like to see that. That's a confidence booster in him as a running back going forward. How's he been doing? 10, 18, 30. So consistent. I mean, consistent double digits. You like to see that at least. Yeah, Natalina Winemixer being the highest scoring team this week. Or this past week. Good for her. That's blowing her projection out of the water. Only projected 114. Doesn't matter. See ya. And yeah, that's it for week 3 wrap up. Like I said, CR, lowest scoring team. You can go ahead and pay the treasurer when you could, please. Which is Connor Logan. So, let's move on to the preview now. We'll start with Dana's system versus Cowboys D for 54. This is the battle of the expansion team. This is a trophy game. This is which I don't know, what would it be? We'll have to figure out something good for the rivalry trophy of this. Expansion. Cowboys D needs to be doing get back on the Cowboys D. Can't be scoring 0 points. I like George Pickens and McLaurin. This will be Kamara's first game back, so he could be a completely different team now. Now that he's got Kamara, anything can happen here. Let me pull it up. And he's got Anthony Richardson. Is Anthony Richardson back? Is he going to play? Still questionable with a concussion. He's full practice participant today, so you'd think he plays. Okay. And he got, what do we got? 22 in week 1, 17 in week 2, and 17 before he got hurt. This is a tough one, though, because Jefferson and Addison could go off for 50 between them, 60 between them. I'm going to go with Cowboys D for 54, though. I think the defense is going to be the difference in this game. Because Cowboys could just absolutely go off against New England and have another one of those 50-point weeks. I mean, what was it week 1 that they had? Yeah, 58 points. Could have another 58-point week. Mac Jones throws a couple picks. They get some interception yards. Could be it for Dana's system. I like putting Thielen in on the lineup. Now we just got to get you to put Dalvin Cook. Dalvin Cook needs to go on. You're losing. Dana's system's losing because they're not going full Viking squad. They're a player short. He's lonely there. What did he do? Dalvin Cook do? 5.9. So you can go Viking squad. Just saying. But I'm going to go with Cowboys D for 54 winning this matchup. I did get the picks texted in from our vice president. Oh, bless you. Let's see here. Where are they? Our vice president chose the Danis system. Interesting, but he sees something in him, and what can you say? Maybe he's a little butthurt, a little sore. He doesn't think Cowboys D for 54 deserves a win because beat him last week. Next matchup, mine versus Mike. This will be. I'm fighting for my first win. I'm the only team without a win. I haven't won this season yet. It's tough. It's hard being down here. Because we have 12 teams. There's one more extra spot in the playoffs, or two more extra spots, so an extra week needs to be had. We're one less week in the regular season. That's one less week I can claw out of this. This is an 0-3 hole is tough, especially with the team I have, an only all right average team. I mean, we're putting up points. I've had the most points scored against me, which is tough. That's a tough one to come back from, especially this early. I mean, I can't squeak a win out. I haven't been able to squeak a win out. The biggest thing is I need Derrick Henry to bounce back. And the team to click. I mean, Tyreek Hill. I'm not worried about Tyreek Hill and Kirk Cousins. Mark Andrews, not really worried about. Tucker, kicker, but not worried about. So everybody else. London. My flex, Gabe Davis. Pat's defense, Javonte Williams. Got Gus Edwards on my bench. Worry about it. Those are the ones where it's like, please, 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 please turn it around. Do something. They're all capable of it. But I'm fighting for my first win this week. I'm going up against a pretty good CMC later. I mean, he's projected 131 points. This will be tough. I need the whole team to get injured if that was pretty cool. That'd be pretty cool. But, of course, I'm going to vote for me. I'm going for me. I'm going to win this one. But this is a tough one. Mike, I have an uphill battle. And, of course, our vice president, he went with the experts. He went with the projections. The favorites had him favorited 61%. And Connor went with it. He chose CMC later, so I'm hoping I can get my first win this week. I think I can do it. But this is a tough team to go up against. Next matchup I got is Better Luck Next Time versus Bijan Mustard. Both 1 and 2. Pretty close to projections. This is a pretty good game. Right here. I like Josh Jacobs against the Chargers. Devontae Adams should do pretty good. CD Lamb against New England. We'll see. Debo going to play. Miles Sanders going to play. That's what it's going to hinge on, is if these two play. They're questionable. Debo's questionable with ribs. Yeah, he might play. It looks like he fought through it last week, but he didn't practice today, so that's a big maybe. Miles Sanders still bothered by groin. He played through a pec issue last week, apparently. Yeah, it's gonna hinge on those two. Bijan Robinson should do all right. Stephon Diggs should do all right. Dallas Goedert, we'll see. And Puka Nacua. Puka Nacua? Is that how you say it, I think? He's putting him in the starting lineup. He went 21 points week 1, 30 week 2, 12 week 3. Bold move, Cotton. But But I like it. Taking a risk, taking a chance. What does he have on a bench? You could put Breda in the flex there. He's got some options in the flex, but he's going with the rookie. I like it. Ballsy. But it's hard to go against Bijan Mustard, but I'm going to go with better luck next time. I just like the Josh Jacobs, Devontae Adams. And if Daniel Jones can do better than he did last week, I mean, I like Danny Dimes. So I think, he had 34 in week 2. He's streaky. He's streaky, but maybe it works for him this week. I'm going to go with better luck next time. Vice President, Co-Commissioner, taking Bijan Mustard. Post Mahomes versus worst to first. This is the battle of 2-1. Someone's walking away from this matchup 500. The other is going to be 3-1. Will this be the top of? Maybe I think this will be. Yeah, this is a battle for the top of. I guess the Cowboys D for 54 is in the top of the Lebanese division, but both have scored considerably more points. So yeah, I'd call this the battle for the top of the Lebanese division right here. Right now, Post Mahomes has it because they've scored 408 points to worst to first 399. So this is a difference of 9 points between them throughout the entire season, and I didn't get a game of the week submission from the vice president, and I have no co-host to choose it. So I will choose it. This is my game of the week here. I like this one a lot. I gotta pull it up on my bigger screen. The battle, Tua versus Patrick, both going up against pretty good defenses. Buffalo and the Jets. Swift, ETN. I like Swift. Pierce, James Cook. I like James Cook. Cooper versus St. Brown. I like St. Brown. Higgins versus Collins. I like Higgins. Hawkinson versus Haller. I like Hawkinson. He's still got Judy in his lineup. Versus Mike Evans. I like Mike Evans more. Kickers, I don't give a shit. Steelers D versus Lions D. I like Steelers D. So this is a tough one. This is a very tough one to choose between. I'm going to go with worst to first. I think worst to first is going to win this. Simply based off of... holy shit. He must have just changed his lineup because... So I took this screenshot and made this not that long ago, maybe an hour ago. We have a lineup change. Looks like he's putting Waddle in place of Nico Collins. Changes it. Go Waddle versus Nico. Or, yeah, Waddle versus Higgins. I like Waddle. And gets the double points for a touchdown on if that connection happens. That right there cements the worst to first. And of course, he's going to take himself. Our co-commissioner is going to take himself also. But this I said, game of the week. This will be a close matchup. I think what's going to help Post Mahomes is Patrick Mahomes. Because Patrick Mahomes also can just go off for 50 points. I don't think he's done that yet this year. Pull it up. 23, 25, 31. So, good weeks. I mean, like I say, last year we saw high numbers from him every once in a while. But, I mean, he's doing Mahomes numbers. But, like I said, he's also liable to go off for have a 50 and 60 point week. That happens this week. Post Mahomes can take it, but a straight up match, I think it goes to worst to first. Natalina Wine Mixer versus Ridley Me This. Uh, this might be another battle for. This might be a battle for the American. No, no, it wouldn't because Riddle Me. This is 1 and 2. Um, Missing a kicker. Doesn't Riddle Me. This doesn't have a kicker, but you know what? Hey, if it works, it works. Why is that though? Get a new one. Doesn't have one. Interesting. Very bold move. No kicker. Wants. Okay. Hey, who am I? What do I know? I'm 0-3. I know nothing this year. We're fighting just to try and stay at the top. So if he wants to go no kicker, go for it. I would advise against it, but what do I know? Zay, I think this is the first time Zay Flowers has been in for Natalina Wine Mixer. We'll see how is he done. 17, 10, 13, so consistent for a rookie. Tyler Lockett should do pretty good. I like Raheem Mostert a lot. What up, Steel Shamrocks? I like Raheem Mostert a lot. I think I've been on the Raheem Mostert train for a long time. Him getting 4 touchdowns last week. It was huge. It's pretty much, I don't want to say what, Bill's defense also helped make Natalie's team last week. But stacking running backs, Raheem Mostert compensates for a lot if he's going to keep doing that. If the Miami football team is going to keep putting up 70 points against teams doing stuff like that, I don't know why Raheem Mostert can't keep putting up numbers like that. But I mean, for the simple fact of Jacob not having a kicker. No, what happened on Justin Jefferson's IG story? I'm curious about what happened there because I didn't. Did he pull out what's his name? A John Morant gun on the, he didn't do John Morant gun on the screen, did he? What up, Mike? Well, I guess you can't. You're not here if you're starting at the beginning of the stream. Well, don't blue balls like this, Harris. What happened on JJ is straight up leaving? Let me see if I can. God damn it, why would you take me off on a tangent like this? Is it from his stream today, Harris? Can I not view it because I'm not signed in? That's dumb. Oh, that's it. Oh, he didn't. Did he? He didn't straight up say he's leaving. Oh, then that's nothing. He's not leaving. That means nothing. Because you make memories no matter what the record is. That's part of the overcoming 0-3. That's a memory. But anyway, so I think for the simple fact, Jacob not having a kicker right now, it's leaning Natalie. He puts a kicker in, we're looking at a closer match. I think his running backs just straight up are better, Mixon and Gibbs, but Gibbs, I guess I don't know how Montgomery is. Montgomery going to play this week? Let's see here. Who is Montgomery? That's John Popper, doesn't it? Isn't it? He's questionable. Montgomery's questionable. We'll see. It's a tough one, but I'm going to go with Natalina Wine Mixer. She's going to take the win on this one. And co-commissioner, going with the household, making sure the house stays in order. He's going Natalina Wine Mixer. All right, next matchup I got is John Popper's Harmonica versus Big Smith Energy. Again, I was talking about Trevor Lawrence a little earlier. Big game for him. I mean, especially for fantasy owners. If he's going to be the guy for fantasy teams coming up, he's got to start putting up higher numbers, bigger numbers. Last year numbers, I like the 1-2 punch of Tony Pollard and Brian Robinson from John Poppers. Chris Godwin, Jamar Chase, pretty good. Kittle at tight end, Rashad White, flex. Versus, if Kenneth Walker has another 30-point week like he did last week, I think this is a different kind of matchup. Because Breece Hall is questionable, and I don't think neither Jets running backs have had Breece Hall week 1 has 15 points. Outside of that, 0.9 the week before, 3 last week. I like Breece Hall, but I don't think Jets running backs are it so far. That could change. And then Devonta Smith and Rashid Shaheed. I'm gonna go with John Poppers on this one. I don't see any sort of way that, even though I guess the projections have Big Smith Energy winning, I don't see any way that they can win this, actually. I mean, Garrett Wilson is just all right without Aaron Rodgers. I mean, has hands, can catch the ball, but, I mean, what has he been doing this year? 14, 21 week 2, but then 9 last week. You're gambling with, what's his nuts throwing it? What? And then I'm not a big Evan Ingram fan either. I don't think he's that great. And of course, 9, 11, 13. So, all right. Not terrible, but only all right. But I'm a big Brian Robinson Jr. fan. I think Tony Pollard and that Brian Robinson Jr. is huge. That's and you know what, he's struggling at quarterback too. Trevor Lawrence and Justin Fields. It's a tough quarterback duo. The rest of the team looks pretty good. Yeah, like I said, I go John Poppers Harmonica. Co-commissioner goes with Big Smith Energy. So we were pretty back and forth. Let me see. Let me get to the mainstream here, because this is the last matchup then, I think. Yep. Yeah, that's matchup. So yeah, thanks everyone for tuning in today. That's it. Pretty quick. I'm riding solo today. Pretty soon we'll be back. Your co-commissioner will be back. Process of moving right now. We're gonna set up a new studio because we're in temporary quarters right now. So pretty soon we'll get back to normal with our scheduling and our program. We'll get back to last year's program. We'll have the theme, so the intro and all that shit. But yeah, week 3 was fun. Week 4 coming up will be huge. And yeah, I guess we'll get to that when we get to that. Have a good rest of the night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.